Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Carleen and this week we are in the kitchen making the easiest make ahead tray bake of your life. Bacon wrapped chicken. Couldn't get easier than that. Or tasty. So stick around if you enjoy making easy recipes, homemaking and simple living. To begin with, we're going to make a dry rub that we're going to massage into our chicken and also on top of our bacon as well, and I will link what I used below. So we're going to start with some brown sugar, and I did run out of some smoked paprika, so I just used my sweet Hungarian paprika. We're going to add in some salt, some ground pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, give that a good mix and then sit that to the side while we prepare everything else. Now this little step here is something that could definitely save you time. You could make it ahead, put it in a Tupperware container, ready for when it's time to assemble. Now you may have noticed that this video is a little bit shorter than the usual videos that I make when I'm cooking. I received some comments in the past saying that some of the videos were long, even though some of the most popular videos were the longest videos. So I just thought I would try breaking up some of these recipes into single recipes so that way it's easier for you to find and backtrack and know exactly how to remake it at home. So let me know your thoughts on that, if you would rather that I stick to making a couple of things at once, or you know, that sort of week in the life where I'm cooking and making things and have projects and homemaking, if you'd rather it be sort of all rolled into a larger video with a variety of content. Can you let me know below? And I will make those changes. Okay, so we're going to prep our bacon next. So we want some middle rasher bacon, and I'm just working through this pack here that I got from Woolworths, picking out the nice long strips, and then I'm going to save the shortcut bacon. I normally freeze that separately because that's what I find easiest to add into pasta dishes and quiches. Whereas this recipe, you sort of need that fattier part of the bacon to help it sort of crisp up and caramelize up. Plus it's easier to wrap something if it's in a strip, right? As opposed to like, I don't know, like a medallion shaped shortcut piece. That's pretty obvious, isn't it? Okay, so I've selected my bacon. I just eyeballed 8 pieces because I've got 4 pieces of chicken. And to help our meat go further and also cut down on cooking time, I'm going to slice off any tenderloins, and I'm also going to cut each chicken breast in half, making a thinner schnitzel type piece, which will also make it easier to roll up into a scroll shape. Now that our meat is all prepared, I've got some oil and I've also got some metal skewers. If I had 4, it would have been better, but I only had 3, so we're going to make do. So I ran out of some spray and cook, so I'm just going to add a generous splash of oil to my baking tray to avoid it sticking and to save myself some washing up. I'm just going to go ahead and prepare my meat straight on this tray, and it's going to get a little bit of olive oil on it, which is completely fine as well. So I'm just going to add a teaspoon of our dry rub to each side of our chicken breast that's been cut in half so it's nice and thin. We're going to massage that in, and we're going to roll it up like a little scroll, and then we're going to wrap our bacon around it. This part can be a little bit fiddly, but I found that when I threaded through the metal skewer on an angle and caught a piece of the bacon and the chicken, it holds together just fine. If you have bamboo skewers, go ahead and use those. Just soak them first so they don't catch on fire, so you don't get any unnecessary smoky flavor. Just kidding. So yes, I just added a little bit of a teaspoon onto the top of the bacon as well. That's what helps caramelize and create that sort of like glazed coating on top, which is so delicious. This is the second time I've made this recipe. I've made it last week and then this week, and the kids are not even sick of it. The baby even eats it. He loves it. So really simple and easy for me to prepare. I made this meal ahead in the morning, and I was so grateful because I had a last minute appointment for one of the boys with a doctor's appointment in town. So while we were there, we had an impromptu sort of spontaneous afternoon tea, and it was really nice not having to rush home late you know, stressing about trying to get dinner on. I'd already done all the prep work, all of the hard work was done. So I got to enjoy that time with my family, which was really lovely. So I was really grateful to my past self for making the effort to make this meal ahead of time. It just made my life so much easier. Getting home at that 5:30, 5:45 time frame is just, you know, it can be hectic with 3 kids in tow. I've got 3 boys, 10, 6 and 1. And yeah, it can get a little bit crazy just before dinner time when everyone's tired and hungry. So saved my life prepping this ahead, so I'll definitely be doing that again. I wouldn't make it ahead, you know, 5 days or whatever, because I mean, you know, salmonella is real. But I'm sure, you know, the day of, night before should be fine. I mean, look at the display window at Leonard's. They're mixing chicken and bacon all the time. So, I mean, it should be fine, right? Well, we didn't have any issues anyway. My last little skewer has just got 2 pieces on there, and I did snuggle in, I think I only had 1 tenderloin attached during, you know, from this batch of chicken breasts. So I just sort of snuggled him in the middle there. I'm just dusting some brown sugar on that one now, and just laid some bacon on top, just resting on top there, so that can be baby's portion for his dinner. I just stuck him in the center there so he wouldn't be on the edge and dry out while everything else was cooking through. Now that our meat is all prepped and ready to go, I'm going to let that sit, marinate, add some flavor, cling wrap that, ready to throw in the oven when I get home later on tonight. You can see it's a bit of a windy winter day in the kitchen. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do to make my life so easy, and I'm so glad I made the effort to do this too, is I'm going to prepare some vegetables that I can nuzzle around the chicken and just tray bake everything all in the one place to make my life so much easier. I'm just using what is in season here, what is on special. So I've got some green capsicum. These flavors I found worked really well too, with the sweetness of the capsicum against the brown sugar sort of maple flavors of the bacon. That worked really well. But you could use eggplant, red onion, anything really that you have on hand. I'm just using what I've got left of some broccoli, pulling those florets apart, so that's really easy to prepare. And cauliflower's on special at the moment, $3 for a whole head of cauliflower. And I don't know, I think it might even possibly be my favorite vegetable. It's pretty cool, especially at the moment, definitely in this recipe, because I feel like the cauliflower just absorbs all of those juices from the chicken and the bacon and that sweet maple sort of glaze, smoky glaze, and it just tastes so good. So to make sure that it's ready to go when I get home tonight, I'm going to drizzle on a generous dash of oil, sprinkle on some salt, pepper, and I'm just going to mix that through. I forgot to mention I had some whole cherry tomatoes there too. A friend from church gifted them to me from her garden, which was really lovely, and I was looking forward to having blistered tomatoes with my vegetables. Adds a nice pop of color as well. Now that dinner is all prepped, I'm just going to go ahead and cover that up so it doesn't dry out, and pop that in the fridge for later when I get home. And here is dinner. I did singe one part of the tray because I was busy trying to bath the baby, but overall it was still another delicious meal. So flavoursome, so easy. I'm so glad that I made it ahead. There's the little baby's little chicken-sized tenderloin in there, so he has something to eat as well, which is easy for him to pick up and handle. Alright guys, that's it for this week's video. Thank you for watching, and like I said before, please comment and let me know if you like the shorter style videos with one recipe, or if you like multiple recipes and things going on. I look forward to chatting to you below. Alright, thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.